I interviewed a younger female actress about working with Meryl Streep, and they said that when you work with someone like that, there's a moment, maybe when you first meet, or when you're first on the set, or you're actually in there, and it's a bit of a moment like that. Was any of that working with Cate?
Of course. I mean, I was terrified before the first time shooting. But, you know, we had 2 weeks of rehearsal before we even started shooting, and I immediately just felt so safe and comfortable with both Cate and Todd. You know, they had collaborated together before, and so it's always scary coming into that. But they were both so generous and made me feel so safe. And I think one of our first real scenes together was actually a scene when we're in bed together, not like the main sex scene, but it was like kind of, there's no better way to break the ice than just to get right down to it, and that's kind of what we did.
Yeah.
Did you know that she was terrified?
I was terrified. It's always first day of school.
She's still my wife. I love her.
I can't help you with that.
Are you surprised, perplexed by the fact that the sex scene that you mentioned a moment ago, which is a very small part of the film, has attracted so much attention even now?
I think whenever there's a sex scene in a film, whether it's between two women or between two men, you have to interrogate it and say, is this gratuitous, is it necessary? But it was a really important part in their relationship, particularly because it's set in the 50s and such, you know, the consummation of such physical feelings between women was illegal.
I'm fascinated. One of the important parts of the story, of course, is a society then which had certain standards, laws, which we now think as arcane. Some things don't change. And I was just thinking, for example, about women's pay in the movies. Do you get paid less than men you work with?
No one makes a film like Carol to concentrate on their paycheck.
I understand that.
But, you know, and I don't think the film industry is a standalone industry with pay inequality. I mean, it's rife in your industry, in the banking industry, in the teaching industry. You can't have partial equality, and you can't really change workplace culture or cultural product, you know, the end result, you know, getting more tentpole films with women at the helm, unless you have equal pay. And it's quite surprising we're still having the conversation, but I think it's like finally enough is enough, let's really move on.